So we have laws, right? You're not allowed to enter this country illegally. We ask people to respect our laws and our borders and our sovereignty. Now, Joe Biden, they've made a decision that they are choosing not to enforce the law. If I ever did that, I'd get in trouble. My question to you is, knowing what the law of the land is, you're the governor of Texas. Is there any recourse, anything you can do on your own to say, no, we are enforcing the law of the land, and you will not allow these people into our state. And if you're not going to enforce the law, we will. Are you allowed to do that?
Sean, we are working on strategies as we speak right now to ensure that Texas will have the ability to do that. Let me give you several examples. First, I'll tell you part of all this process. The Texas legislature is adding more than $1 billion into our budget that will be passed at the end of this week to make sure that we will use that $1 billion for border security. They're also passing several important laws, one of which will allow us to crack down on these smugglers and arrest these smugglers and arrest those who are going and using stash houses, but also additional tools where arrests will be made.
Here's my broader question, though.
Sean,
I want to sink my teeth into this because this is important. So if ICE and Border Patrol agents that are paid by the federal government, if they are doing what the Biden administration is, they're just processing people and then dispersing them all around the country. My question is, if they won't enforce the law, do you have the right as Texas governor to enforce the law? Or is it going to be a showdown between varying law enforcement agencies, one that wants to ignore the law and one that would like to enforce the law?
I'll answer your question if you tell me which law you're talking about being enforced.
The law that says you can't enter this country illegally, that one.
Got it. Got it. So on that one, according to the Texas Attorney General, he said that issue was resolved in the case of Arizona versus the United States, where there were the legal challenges a couple of years ago with Arizona trying to enforce those laws. And they said that it could be a criminal violation for a state official to try to enforce those federal immigration laws. That, however, Sean, is exactly why Texas is adding additional laws where we are going to have tools where Texas is going to be able to arrest these people coming across the border. The Texas Department of Public Safety has already arrested more than 1,000 people who've come across the border. And now with the additional resources we have.
Governor, would you have the right to deport them?
On the deportation issue, again, that goes back to the Arizona versus the United States decision that came out of the Supreme Court that addressed that issue. And they said states and state officials do not have that authority for the deportation. However, that does not stop us from arresting them and putting them in jail.
Thank you, Governor. Appreciate it.